chance again, and Sunderland have scored.
Hello, how we're getting on? So we've done it. It's finished. Sunderland 2, Luton Town 0. Job done. 3 points, clean sheet. We'll now move on to the massive game on Monday night against Leeds United. We started off tonight with 2 changes. We had Anthony Patterson in goal. Back 4 of Trey Hume. Dan Ballard was in for Chris Mepham. Luke O'Neill, Dennis Serkin. In the midfield, Dan Neil. Job came in for Salih Samed, with Roberts, Rigg and Lafay, and then Wilson Isidor playing up front. And to be fair, the start of the game was slow, I thought. It was a little bit like Watford, where we kind of give Luton a lot of time on the ball. I was hoping that we would learn from our mistakes, and I was hoping that we would get on the front foot and really put them under pressure, but we didn't. You know, for the first 5-10 minutes, it was a lot of slow side-to-side football. And I say Luton having the majority position, but in 13 minutes, we get the goal. Enzo Lafay picks the ball up just outside the box, left-hand corner of the area, rifles a shot into the bottom right-hand corner. It's a great goal. It's his first goal for Sunderland. Just showed his quality, and it's 1-0. And then you're hoping now we can get on, dominate the game, you know, and put the game to bed. But we didn't. We showed some lovely touches in midfield. Dan Neil in particular and Enzo Lafay in the first half were really, really good. Patty Roberts does what Patty Roberts does. Gets the ball. He's easy on the eye. Beats people like they're not even there. But final product, again, you know, 9 times out of 10 doesn't produce anything. But he was having a good game. He was making things happen. And I think Lafay and Roberts in the first half had their 2 fullbacks on toast, to be fair. But we couldn't get that second goal. We had some great chances. Like Isidor had a chance to finish where he miskicked it. A lot of balls fired across the box. We just couldn't put it away. But as the half grew on, we started getting better and starting putting more pressure. And I thought the first half, Chris Rigg, you know, the game passed him by up until probably the 34th minute, but he rifled a shot. Keeper saved it. But I think tonight was another example of why Chris Rigg needs to be rested for a few games. He simply just looks absolutely shagged out. Like I said, the game kind of passed him by and he struggled to get into the first half. But we went in at half-time 1-0. Thoroughly deserved. Luton didn't really create any chance. I think they had one where Anthony Patterson pushed onto the post, but I think the Carlton Morris was offside anyway. I thought Dan Ballard was absolutely immense in the first half against Carlton Morris. We know Carlton Morris is a big physical striker, but I think that's why Dan Ballard played, to kind of nullify that threat. And to be fair, he did that. Carlton Morris hardly got a kick in the first half. And then you're hoping second half we can get on and dominate the game and then, you know, take all 3 points. But again, Luton started the second half kind of on the front foot. They were put us under pressure. We were kind of slow and sitting off them and allowing them to dominate and dictate. But then, you know, we kind of killed the game off in the 58th minute. Wilson Isidor dribbles the ball up front against the Lafay. Luton thought they cleared it. It bounces to Wilson, back to Wilson Isidor. He rifles it in the bottom left-hand corner. It's 2-0. And then from there, you're thinking it's got to be game over because, like I say, they're a very, very poor Luton side, in my opinion. And from these last 3 games that I've seen of the bottom half teams, you know, Luton and Plymouth, I think, you know, Luton are a far, far worse side than Plymouth. Plymouth have gone and tanked Millwall 5-1 tonight, so the result against Plymouth might not look as bad now. But again, it took us until the 76th minute before we made a substitution. That was only because Chris Rigg took a knock and went off. For me, Chris Rigg could have came off after 50-60 minutes because I keep on saying he needs a rest and he needs taken out the side. I'm hoping that when Romain Mundle is fit, it means he'll go in the left, Enzo Lafay will come in the middle, and it'll allow us to rest Chris Rigg, you know, for 3 or 4 games and bring him on as a sub, coming off the bench for the last 15-20 minutes in games. But like I say, Luton offered very, very little. We could have had another 3 or 4 goals on top of that, you know. Decision making in the final third probably cost us. Isidor could have played the ball to the edge of the box for Rigg to have a shot, but, you know, dribbled himself. Job passed the ball, put it outside of his foot across the box. Just nobody could get on the end of it. Roberts cut inside, rifled a shot against the post. it could have easily been 4-5, and it wouldn't have flattered us, because, like I say, we dominated the game, but it was slow to watch at times, which I just wish would have been a little bit on the front foot more and put them a lot more pressure. But the result really was never in doubt. It was a professional performance. It's a job done. We've now just got to concentrate. We've now got, the rest of the week to focus on Leeds and hoping we can go in there and get a result. The way the results have gone, it's kind of as you were. The top 4 have all won. We know Leeds won the other day. Burnley have beaten Hull 2-0 tonight. Sheffield United have beaten Middlesbrough 3-1. So the league table looks like this. So Leeds are top, played 32, 69 points. Sheffield United played 32, 67 points. Burnley played 32, 64 points. We are in 4th, played 32, 62 points. Blackburn are in 5th, 32 games, 48 points. West Brom are in 6th, 32 games, 47 points. We're now 17 points clear of 6th of 7th place. So, it's going to take an almighty slip up on our part not to be guaranteed a playoff place now. I think for us now, we've just got to kind of keep our form ticking over. And it's looking like playoffs. But if the top 2 or top 3 slip up, then we've got to be there to capitalise on that. So we've just got to try and keep in touch with them. And then see if we can go and beat Leeds and get a cracking result there on Monday. And then Sheffield United, Leeds beat Sheffield United the week after. That could leave second place open up. You never know. We're 5 points off second. We've just got to keep on going, and hopefully the top 3 can kind of slip up at some point. But player ratings like Anthony Pattinson, like I said, had very little to do really. He was, very much a spectator all night, just picking up a few through balls. So 7 out of 10 for Patterson. I thought Trahune, I thought the whole back 4 was solid tonight. Stood up against Luton's physicality. So Trahune, I'm going to give him 7 out of 10. He was good going forward. Dan Ballard, I thought was really, really good for his first game back in the side. Like you see, handled Carter Morris. He had him in his back pocket nearly all the game. So 8 out of 10 for Ballard. Luke O'Nien gave us the energy that we needed in the game. I was a bit surprised that, you'd seen in my preview video, I was expecting O'Nien to move to the left back and drop Certain, but O'Nien kept his place and justified that. 8 out of 10. Dennis Certain I thought was a lot better tonight as well. Was good going forward, retained the ball better. So 8 out of 10 for Dennis Certain. In the midfield, Job, you could tell he's probably lacking a bit of match fitness. Like Chris Riggs, struggled for to get in the game, but as the game went on, he was more and more of an influence, showed his strength, showed his time on the ball, and and protected the ball well. So 7.5 out of 10 for Job. Chris Riggs, like I've said, struggled in the first half. The game passed him by, but probably for the last 10 minutes of the first half, in the last 10 minutes of the first half and the first 10-15 minutes of the second half, he was better. He was putting himself about and chasing things down, but he come off with a knock. Now, I didn't want to say that I'll get injured, and if he is a risk, I wouldn't risk him for Leeds. I really, really wouldn't. But we'll have to wait and see, what it is. Hopefully, it's just a knock. But I still wouldn't play him against Leeds. But 6.5 out of 10 for Chris Rigg. Roberts, I thought, like I say, he had his best game for a while tonight, but just lacking that final end product again. But 7 out of 10 for Patrick Roberts. Enzo Lefebvre is different class. First off, especially gets on the ball. He just seems to have so much time, and his quality to pick a pass out. I keep saying it, but I can't wait to see him in the middle of the pitch. So 8 out of 10 for Enzo Lefebvre, especially for his first half performance. Wilson Isidor, at times looked isolated up front because we couldn't get the service into him, but he still ran and chased and harried, got his goal. So 8 out of 10 for Isidor. But my man of the match tonight was Dan Neil. I thought Dan Neil was absolutely tremendous in the middle of the pitch. He in that role where he should be playing. He's played there all season. Now, like I said, I would like to see him playing further forward, but tonight in that deep lying role, he was absolutely fantastic. He really was. He dictated the pace of the game. He was, wriggling away from tackles like he does in that classy way, picking balls up, hardly give the ball away all night, and I thought he was absolutely tremendous. So I'm going to give Dan Neil a 9 out of 10. My man of the match. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And who do you think was your man of the match, and what was your thoughts on the overall performance? Like I say, it wasn't a fantastic performance, but at this stage of the season, you just have to get the job done. would have settled for that. If we could have done the same against Watford and Plymouth, we wouldn't have been complaining. But it's the 4 points dropped against in the last 2 home games that's, as a killer. If we'd won them 2 games, would have been sitting a point behind Sheffield United. That's the frustrating thing. But focus is on Leeds now. We go to Ellen Road on Monday night. Massive game. I am doing a preview show, a preview special with Matty Foster from Imagine Not Being Leeds. We're going to record that tomorrow night. That'll be going on the channel probably either first thing Friday morning or late tomorrow night, depending on what time I get it recorded. But keep your eye for that. It'll be a bit banter between us. We'll get the lowdown on Leeds, what their strengths and weaknesses are, and what's their thoughts on playing us. So keep an eye for that coming out on the channel in the next couple of days. But thanks for watching. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel. If you're a returning viewer and you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button. Be greatly appreciated. But until the next time, thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. How are the lads?